everyone. Let's do some reflections upon this week, okay? So I'm Brandy Von Holton, and let's go. All right, I just got through with 3 Chicks in the Sticks events, which is our all-inclusive women's-only event, and we're talking about, I don't know, 63, maybe 63 women that were here. And I had so many conversations with them. My heart is full. I really need to kind of like decompress, to go through all of the conversations and look through the photos and really like think about the event. Okay. So here is one of the conversations I had with a female. Okay. And she was talking about arguments between her and her husband. So here is what I'm taking away from this is that if you are arguing with a spouse, you need to leave the kids out of the argument, okay? Don't go and talk to one and be like, hey, get your mom to do this, or don't let your mom do this, or don't let your dad do that. Y'all need to zip it. You know, your role as a parent is not to use your kids as manipulation or get them to do things or take a side or any of that. No, you are bringing up like the next generation of humans, and you need not to use them as a tool. Okay, so do not don't slam the other spouse. Okay, I heard that a couple of times. Not a fan of that. They're you know what? That's manipulating them and then using them and their words to control the other person. So like, meh. All right. Another thing is appreciate the rainy days. We had a weekend that was full except for like 2 campsites, right? We had a Chicks in the Sticks event going on, and we had a ton of campers just here to enjoy life. And so many people were like, oh, it's going to rain. You know what? And that was Saturday. Saturday, it stopped raining by like 9 something in the morning, and it didn't start raining again till 2. So you had like this little pocket of little window to go and ride their horses and do outdoor stuff. But that rain, it allowed us to, some people went into the venue and just talked. Some people took a nap. Some people went and got on like my therapy plate, and they just had conversations. So like, appreciate the rainy days, and be okay with it. Like for us, we've been in kind of like a drought, so we need rain, right? We need physical rain. But then like, but then also whenever there's like hard times, you know what, it makes whenever there's not hard times even better. So I don't know, just learn to appreciate those rainy days, and don't be like, oh, we can't do. A lot of people were supposed to come and camp or come and day ride, and they couldn't because they're like, it's going to rain. Well, it didn't rain the whole day, you know? So, I don't know. Appreciate those naps, appreciate those conversations, appreciate those opportunities that are made from rain. And I love some rain because it makes our grass grow. We need our creek to flow again. So appreciate those rainy days. You can't have a lot of things that happen without rain. All right. So on my husband and I, we're not open year round. Okay. So what I am reflecting upon is we have just about ended our season. Tomorrow I announce our Chicks in the Sticks events for people that have they're returning clients, because they get like VIP treatment, because they get those dates about a week earlier than everyone else. So save. Hey, Michelle, I haven't seen your name on here in a minute. Save and plan. Okay, there's a lot of people in this world that they get a bulk amount of money, and then they have to like spread that out then. So I don't know, like whenever I'm trying to get ahead on our bills, and hopefully we have made enough, but I'm going to make a plan before I spend $1, okay? I don't know, I think a lot of people, whenever I show people how I do my budgeting, they're like, whoa, I didn't do it that way at all. And they're like, that makes so much more sense. But I just have an Excel document, and I have all of the bills going downward, and then I have month by month, and then the amount, and I change its color whenever I pay it. And some things I can pay in advance. Something that's kind of cool is we actually pay our electric in advance. Like our electric bill is anywhere from $800 to $1,500 a month because of our campers and stuff. So you can actually pay ahead in some things. So I don't know. A lot of the people are like us that are feast or famine. You know, we don't get like a steady paycheck. Our income is like a fly buzzing around, like shh, 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 shh. So, all right. Next thing, our extras. So we just got done with our chicks and the sticks, and this is my reflection. I love sharing my leftover cheesecakes from our Chicks and the Sticks events. I go around to all of the campers that are here, and I'm like, hey, we've got cheesecake, we've got salad, we had some like turkey roll-ups that we'd made. And you know what? A lot of people I don't think would like feel comfortable being like, hey, do you want some leftovers? I go ahead and ask them. Everything we own is gone now. We had people in the campground that came and got food, and they were like, this is great, thank you. And then I called one of the neighbors, and I was just like, hey, if you don't want to cook tonight, come and get the rest of this salad bar. You know, because we have like the same foods for all of our Chicks and the Sticks. So I'm a little fooded out on the foods that we've made. And so I share those, and people are so happy. So like, I don't know if you ever have, like we keep all of our egg containers, and it's like the last thing of egg containers was like 4 foot tall, and somebody wanted those, and they were so happy about getting it. So I don't know, if you ever have too much of something, I think you need to ask people like, hey, I got some extra, I had extra peach cobbler, and people were happy to have it. Okay. You know what? This week I had made an example out of what I do whenever someone attacks my physical appearance and attacks me riding horses and being a cowgirl, right? I did that on Wednesday for my holistic health, because it's about me and keeping my mind right. Man, I had so many people here. You know, they didn't comment or nothing like that, but so many people talked to me in person about that, and they were like, they're so happy to do that, you know, instead of like sitting in a corner crying, that I'm just like, just giving them an example of how I'm dealing with stuff, like dealing with whenever people are rude on social media. So what I'm reflecting on that is that people are listening and watching more than what you realize. One of my friends like always posts her horses competition videos, and people will talk to her in person, but they didn't say anything. So like, I don't know, people are just listening more than what you realize. The last thing, my reflections from this week, because I kind of need to decompress a little bit. I've just had so many deep meaning conversations, so many people, and yeah, I just got to process it all. I'm kind of like, I don't know, just a lot coming in, and I've got to categorize it and deal with it, you know, and think about stuff. But so around a couple of campfires and in some vehicles with some of these women that I've met from all over the United States coming to our events, I had asked them, what is something that you would change? What is something that you would do differently if you could go back in time? So I want you to think about this. You You know what I said? I always said that I wish that I would have kept up with like long distance running or just stayed with doing more cardio in general. And then another lady that I said that answer to, she was just like, that would never be my answer. She just thought that was so funny because most people were going to say something big. Some of the things that were said to me was, one person says that she wishes she wouldn't have settled in her marriage. She said she felt like she settled. And so, man, and she was upset because she's married to a guy that's not a bad guy, but he's not the one, you know, the one that she does things with and that wants to do stuff and doesn't love her the way that she needs to be loved. So she's actually like unhappy. So that one was, that was hard for me, you know. I was like, okay, you know, and she's just like, here's this guy that's a good guy, but he's just not the guy for me. And so that was one. Another person says that she wishes she would have just packed a bag and just done more, just went out and explored more. And you know what I told to the one lady, you know, that felt like she had settled, I was like, you don't have to stay in an unhappy marriage. And then the lady that said that she wishes that she would have traveled more, and I was like, pack your bag, girlfriend. Like, you are traveling more. You came here, but I was like, you can do more. Like, you're there. She has her health and she has the time. And as soon as I was just like, well, do it now. And then she was like, oh, I can't because like they need me to do this and need me to do that. And I'm all like, oh no, whatever. Let me think of some other ones that people wish that they would have done was, I don't know, that was some of the big, you know, there was one person said she wishes she had never gotten married. And I was like, it just feels like a lot of people, you know, whenever I ask those questions, a lot of people don't realize that they could still change that. They don't have to talk to themselves. That was like 10 to 20 years ago. They still have the ability to do the one big thing. Like, you know, the fact that I wish that I would have done more cardio, you know, and like stayed up with that. Well, I plan on buying a bicycle real soon. And then, like before the end of the year. And I'm thinking about buying a kayak, or I might just keep renting them. But like, I want to get busy more with cardio. Like, I don't have to be like, oh, I wish I would have kept up with that. Like, I can do it now. So anyways, that is me kind of, those are my reflections from this week, and like me kind of chewing on things and trying to like evolve as a human and just get better with like reflecting how the week went. Now my next week, oh my gosh, we are in so many different states next week. We're going to get ready for a trip. So that takes us going and doing some stuff. And we're going to go look at a bobcat. And then I'm doing a podcast interview. And then we got to take a piece of equipment to someone in another state. So like, we are going to be in a vehicle. So my initial thing about all that traveling around is I've got to make sure I am not going crazy with food, because I just got through with being crazy with food for chicks and a stick. So that's what I got going on. All right. So this here was my reflections, and I will see you tomorrow. Mondays is Mindset Monday, and I'll see you then.